My name is David Harrison Grice. Welcome to the Grice Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. Tonight, I would like to begin by highlighting a story that I saw from NBC this morning. Ghislaine Maxwell is apparently getting a sweetheart deal in prison and is looking to commute her prison sentence. Now, some of the things that were detailed were after hours access to certain recreational areas of the facility in which she's in, being able to work with a puppy that's being trained as a therapy dog, and other things where she's getting specialized meals. Now, the prison officials are very upset by this, and they are tired of working at the behest of Maxwell, knowing her crimes. So we're going to keep our eye on the developments going on there, and we know that if Mike Johnson decides to swear in Adelita Grijalva, we could definitely get a vote going on the Epstein release. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the ICE Gestapo Special Forces and their increase around the country. Now, this is problematic because this is happening everywhere, and it can happen to everyone, anyone, including citizens. Now, I saw a story that this happened on the 9th of November in California. There was an activist who was presumably driving behind the ICE Gestapo secret military forces, probably innocently either taking photographs or just probably going home. Someone got out from the ICE Gestapo car and they pointed a weapon at her. And then the Fullerton Police Department showed up in California. They did not help her, but they also didn't really intervene. So they just kind of stood by and let this happen rather than protecting the citizens of California, which to me is a betrayal of their oath. And then another issue that's going on is this idea of warrantless arrests that are occurring all across the country. So they claim, at least the Department of Homeland Security claims, that they are not engaging in warrantless arrests and they have valid reasons for all the abductions that they are committing against people of this country. But they don't. Now, we have some evidence now that they don't. This comes out of Illinois. There was a father from Chicago who was stopped for some sort of nonviolent traffic infraction. He went to the DuPage County Courthouse where he went in for that traffic infraction trial. And he came out. The ICE Gestapo pulled him over, like, right on the court grounds. They busted his window and they abducted him. And they didn't have a warrant. They didn't show a warrant. They didn't present the warrant at any time in the video or the incident. And this is a big problem because there's signs right at the courthouse that say no immigration enforcement without a warrant. So let's listen to that news story and you can see how it plays out.
And father now in ICE custody after federal agents smashed his car windows outside the DuPage County Courthouse.
Lawyers say this shows federal agents going too far. WGN's Julian Cruz has more for us from DuPage County.
Family members too terrified to reveal their identity after federal agents took a loved one into custody this morning in Wheaton. Their attorney alleging that the agents failed to show that they had the required judicial warrant.
I'm surrounded by ICE right outside the courthouse. They're trying to break my window. I have a minor. They're trying to...
Had it been a judicial warrant, there would have been a copy of that issued by the court, and then they present that to my client. They did none of those things.
Criminal defense attorney Nate Bernard says it's a clear violation of due process rights. The shocking incident happening just before 9 this morning near the DuPage County Courthouse.
My son has epilepsy.
Attorney Nate Bernard says that his client went before a DuPage County judge on a nonviolent misdemeanor citation after a traffic stop in Elmhurst back in August. Bernard telling us his client was charged with presenting patrol officers with the wrong ID. But a key point here, the traumatized family alleging the agents never presented a judicial warrant after ICE pulled the family over as they were driving away. The signage on the courthouse property crystal clear that immigration enforcement is permissible only when federal agents have a judicial warrant. Family members who asked us not to reveal their identity shaken by today's incident.
You don't know what they're going to do or tase you or hit you, slam you to the floor. It's a lot.
No comment yet from the DuPage County Sheriff's Office. We also reached out to the Department of Homeland Security. No comment yet from DHS. Julian Cruz, WGN News.
That's a pretty big deal, mostly because they don't have a warrant. So they're just racially profiling. They don't know who these people are they're abducting. They're just taking them. So we want to put a stop to that altogether. If you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegriceport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegriceport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any kind of interactions that you've had with the ICE Gestapo, CBP Gestapo, or the National Guard. If you have any people in your town that are turning from red to blue and would like to be interviewed, I'm happy to push those stories out there. And please do hit that subscribe button and that bell, because helping us grow this channel is one of the best ways of disseminating the news that we are trying to push out there. Now, a couple of things that I want to close on tonight. So, what's going on with the budget right now with the government shutdown? It's deeply troubling, because if the Senate decides to push everything through and it goes to the House, which we know the Republicans have the majority in, it'll probably go to the president. The Democrats will lose any leverage that they currently have. The Affordable Care Act subsidies are extremely important to Americans, because most Americans pay for their health insurance. Most Americans are not on Medicaid. And a large majority of Americans buy their health insurance through the marketplace. So their plan to give out these flexible spending account cards, it's not what people think it is. You can't use it for the premiums. You still have to pay the premium. Sending people money on a flex spend account card isn't going to pay the premium unless it's exclusively meant for that premium, which it isn't. So the whole thing is kind of built on a house of cards, and it's dangerous because people are going to have to make hard choices, food or health insurance, and you're putting people in dangerous positions where people are going to die. And you're going to see this play out on a large scale, but the biggest problem is the Democrats need to hold their ground and make sure they don't cave to the Republicans. And always, today is a good day. Mike Johnson to swear in Adelita Grijalva. I heard some whispers that you might be doing it, and I hope you are. So be on the right side of history here. Swear her in. Let Arizona serve with be taxed with representation, because right now they are not. My name is David Harrison Grice. Thank you for joining the Resistance, and have a great night.